Let's put two events together. First, the sinking of Russia's flagship in the Black Sea. And then second, in 2 consecutive days, what Russia calls precision airstrikes against military and industrial targets. As you say, right across the country. Lviv, way out west. The capital, Kyiv, up north. And out east of Poltavka, quite close to where we are now. Now, it looks like response. It looks like revenge. It looks like retaliation. Problem for Moscow is simply this. They say that their flagship sank purely because of an accident and a fire in a storm. Curiouser and curiouser.
In
Trostyanets, a town in Ukraine's northeast, a family buries their son. 23-year-old Dmytro Evdokimova was killed at the end of March as he took part in the defence of Kharkiv.
My son called and told me, "Mum, leave. It will be too dangerous in Trostyanets." And he went to hell himself in Izium and died there.
Mourning him comes with its own dangers. Russian troops occupied this town for over a month, leaving behind landmines, according to the cemetery's managers. But for this family, the chance to give their son a burial in his hometown was worth the risks.
We held a funeral when they liberated Trostyanets. We were afraid, thinking maybe some of the Russian fascists are still here and will blow up the grave. We put a photo of him there, how he always was, always smiling, always cheerful, always positive.
Dmytro, one of 2,500 to 3,000 Ukrainian soldiers killed so far in this war, according to President Zelensky, who also claimed today 20,000 Russian soldiers have been killed. There's no way to verify these numbers. Or to know how many Russian troops died on the Moskva, Russia's Black Sea Fleet flagship, which sank on Friday. And since that sinking, Russia has targeted factories across the country with airstrikes. Russian forces focusing this weekend on military and industrial targets like this giant steel plant in Mariupol, which Moscow claims is now in its hands and appears to be in ruins. The city of Mariupol itself now also on the verge of being claimed by Russia. And there were further missile strikes here in Kharkiv, as well as on a tank repair factory in Kyiv, and even as far west as Lviv.
There's an increased threat of missiles being used against our military industrial facilities and the logistics infrastructure of our country.
Along with the military strikes comes the propaganda campaign. Moscow today releasing pictures of their tanks and helicopters moving through what they call liberated parts of Ukraine. The Kremlin also today making a show of banning 13 British politicians from visiting Russia, including Boris Johnson, the Foreign Secretary Liz Truss and the Defence Secretary Ben Wallace, as well as Theresa May and Nicola Sturgeon. High-profile Brits more popular on the streets of Dnipro in Ukraine, though. The James Bond theme tune played here by street musicians to keep morale up. In Dnipro, they've been almost spared the effects of war directly, but they know the situation may change quickly and violently. Well, I should also advise you that going forward, the picture you're getting of Russian airstrikes in Ukraine will not be full, fair or accurate because of Ukrainian censorship. We know for a fact that a number of precision targets have been hit by the Russian Air Force in recent days. We can't tell you what they are because the censors prevent it. So there is a management of the message, of course, in a war. It's always the same, a management of the message from both sides, from Moscow and from Kyiv. Back to you.